Hi, this is a Freetime Dev. Today I'm excited to share a progress update on my game, The Pale Piper, covering the last few weeks and months. For those who are new here, The Pale Piper is a precision platformer where you master your skills to unveil the dark secrets of a strange and twisted universe. I've made a lot of progress recently, but as always, there's still plenty to do. Let's dive into what's new. First up, I've added a whole new region to the game. Initially, I planned 6 distinct regions and the town area, each with unique mechanics and enemies. But as I developed the story, I realized an extra region was needed to bridge 2 areas and to improve the narrative flow. This meant designing new mechanics, enemies, a boss and a completely new level layout. It was a lot of additional work, but I'm thrilled with the results. The new region deepens the story and brings in some of my favorite new enemies and hazards. The extra effort was definitely worth it. Now let's talk about challenge areas and collectible coins. I've always wanted to add optional coins. They are fun to find, especially when hidden in hard to reach spots. However, I didn't want coin collecting to feel mandatory, so I created optional challenge areas. These hidden areas can be unlocked with collected coins and present some of the game's toughest challenges, with only a single checkpoint at the start. I still will have to fine-tune the difficulty based on better playtesting. Coins and the challenges will remain optional and aimed at seasoned players. As for rewards, I'm considering everything from unlocking new content to revealing optional lore, but nothing is set in stone yet. What do you think? Any other ideas? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of the beta, by the time you see this video, the beta should be live. This is a major milestone for me, and I'm eager to gather feedback. So if you're interested, jump into the beta and share your thoughts. Anyone can join, and feedback from players experienced in 2D precision platformers would be especially helpful. Plus, if you provide valuable feedback, I may add you to the credits. The link to the beta is in the description. I recently upgraded the game from Godot version 4.2 to version 4.3. Initially I was hesitant since a major node, the tile map, was overhauled. However, the new system allows for a much cleaner structure, even though I will need to redraw over 300 rooms. It's a big task, but I'm confident these changes will benefit the game in the long run. On a lighter note, I've started adding decorations to the regions. These small details help make the area distinct and contribute to the game's art style. I'm even planning interactive decorations, like grass that sways when stepped on or vines that react as you pass. I believe the subtle touches enhance the game's atmosphere. All decorations will be removed in the beta, but they will make a full appearance later. Moving on to sound design. I have been working on sound effects for every object that needs them. It took me a while to dive in, but I love how sound elevates the experience. I'm blending different samples from my collection to create unique effects for each object. Some sounds work instantly, others take a bit more tweaking, but that's just part of the process. If you hear a sound in the beta you really like, or really don't, let me know. I'm also working on the game's music and ambience. I initially composed my own tracks, but they leaned towards a synthwave style, which didn't fit the game's theme. So I'm experimenting with various beta tracks to find the perfect sound. Each region will have its own music and ambience, with special tracks for certain areas, like boss rooms or challenge areas, to keep things fresh and immersive. Not everything will be in the beta yet, but some elements are. Let me know what you think of the music. I have revamped the player controller and animations multiple times, adding features like a coyote timer and input buffering to make controls smoother. I've also polished the animations for a better feel. There are still a few bugs, like the punch animation occasionally cancelling out, but I'll iron those out soon. Overall, I'm happy with the controls, although there's always room for improvement. Finally, I've implemented different ways to guide players through the story. including NPC dialogues, cutscenes, and readable signs. I understand that not everyone enjoys a lot of text or cutscenes, so I'm keeping them short and skippable. That's it for this update. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it both informative and entertaining. If you would like to follow my journey, I'll be posting more updates here as new things develop. So consider subscribing and feel free to join my Discord server to stay updated. And if the Pale Piper piques your interest, it would mean a lot if you added it to your Steam wishlist. Every wishlist helps and motivates me to keep going. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next update.